Happy Tuesday, friends. Hope you are all doing well. I am just going to make sure that my screen pops up on the other side just so I can see the comments and make sure we are a-okay and clear, and it looks like I'm up on screen. So happy Tuesday, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Teach It Tuesday with Tammy and Jenny. For those of you that are new to my page, welcome. My name is Tammy Savello and I'm with Cards by TLC. Today, Jenny and I are back to our color combo, and we thought it would be fun to dive into some fall colors. And I'm excited to share with you the color combo that we both fell in love with. We are using Berry Burst today. We are using Copper Clay and Crushed Curry. I absolutely love this. It's the perfect fall color combo. Hello, Patty. Hello, Jenny. Welcome in. And as you know, last week I did use the Changing Leaves hybrid embossing bundle, but I mean, I couldn't resist with this color combo today. It's absolutely perfect. I thought it would be fantastic for a fun fall color combo. I absolutely love our hybrid bundles, including this photopolymer stamp set. I absolutely love it. And then, of course, it has amazing sentiments, fall leaves, all about the fall, even though it's going to be 94 degrees here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Thank you so much, Patty. I painted them myself. The 3D embossing hybrid bundle is absolutely perfect. The only thing that actually I'm going to be using out of the coordinating dies today are the 3 large color cluster leaves. And then, of course, we have other coordinating leaves and then some shapes that are fantastic. But we are actually just going to be focusing in on the hybrid embossing folder, the cluster, and then the sentiment that I'm using today is a little note that brightens your day. But before we get started, let's take a peek of, hello, Karen from Idaho. Welcome in. Thank you for joining me today. This is our fun project. Look how fun and fantastic that 3D embossing works. Adding the color to the folder itself gives it these amazing like speckled look. It gives it a whole other look, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And of course, the 3D embossing piece behind that. So we are going to have fun today. I'm going to show you that tip and trick. And then let's go ahead and go over all of the sizes and dimensions. Now, don't worry if you miss any of the dimensions. They will be on my blog post tomorrow morning at cardsbytlc.com. So be sure you hop on over there and pick up those sizes and dimensions. I have a little extra little treat in that thing. So we have our standard cold folding card base at 5.5 by 8.5, and we are scored at 4 1/4. We have a basic white panel piece for the inside panel that we have at 4 by 5 1/4. And then, of course, I have already embossed this copper clay piece. This piece is cut at 2 by 5.5. And I absolutely love the depth of this embossing folder. It makes a great background. But let's go ahead and have fun with this. Let's, I also have, where's that piece of paper? I also cut a 5.5 by 5.5 square to go over our cutting piece. So what I did was our die clicks into this top part of the 3D embossing folder, and I'm going to hold that in place, and we are going to be bringing in some daubers. I had a few extra sponge daubers today. And then, of course, our colors. I'm actually going to bring in all 3 colors. Our Crushed Curry, our Berry Burst, and our Copper Clay. And then I'm going to hold this down as I'm kind of daubing the color onto this. I'm going to come in with my handy dandy sponge dauber. You can use a blending brush, you can use a regular sponge, however you want to get that color onto the embossing folder. Now don't worry, this does not stain the embossing folder. You just, you can wash it off with water. I just spray some alcohol on it and wipe it off directly. So I'm just going to come in, I'm starting with my lightest color first. I'm just going to come in with some crushed curry and add that pretty much all over. Then I'm going to, excuse me, then I'm going to come in, sorry guys, I just have a little bit of a tickle in my throat. Berry Burst, and I'm just going to sporadically add some color. Each one is going to be different, as each leaf is different when it comes off of the tree. There's no tree that has the same leaf. So we're going to come in with our copper clay, and I'm just going to kind of come down on the stem here. I'm just going to add just a little bit of color at the top. I don't want to do a lot of the copper clay, but I wanted to add some color here. Okay, we are good to go. Love the tip of spraying. I know it cleans it right up, Jenny. And I'll show you after we are done. So we are going to lay that down. We're going to close this up. And I'm going to hold this really tight because we're going to sandwich that, and I'm going to run that through our embossing. Now let me just show you really quick. If you have a Stamp and Cut emboss machine, for the 3D embossing folders, all you need is platform 1 and platform number 4. You just sandwich that in between, and we are going to hold that down really tight because I want to keep that in place so it doesn't jump. And I am going to run that through the embossing machine off camera. You know, I typically don't do that, but in this case, I kind of wanted to show you what that does. Let me close these ink pads up because I don't want things to get messy and my hands to go in them. Okay. Get these daubers out of the way. Okay, now we have the fun. So we have our leaves, and I'm going to actually clean that up as well. But we have 3 amazing colored leaves. Isn't that fun? That dimension is absolutely stunning. I absolutely love it. That's the look that you get when you add the ink to the embossing folder versus embossing it first and then adding the ink. It gives it a completely different look. But I'm just going to come on here and spray some alcohol really quick and get I just want to clean up. So I have a nice little spray that I have in the craft room spray bottle, and that just cleans that right up. Voila. Can't even tell. I'm not super close to a sink, so I just keep this on hand. It's just a hair, I had an old hair spray bottle, and I added my alcohol ink to that, and that is how you clean that up very quickly. And you can save these, you can cut them out and add them to projects if you would like to. But we are not using that today. Look how pretty these turned out. I actually love this color combo. And let me go ahead and bring the ink pads back in frame so you can see the color combo again. Again, copper clay, berry burst, and crushed curry. So we are going to go ahead and put together our card now. Again, it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 of berry burst. Let's go ahead and add our inside panel. Going to hunt down a spray bottle after this live. I'm telling you, it's handy to have a spray bottle. I have 2 spray bottles in here, one with just water and one with alcohol for different purposes. Okay. And then I'm not going to worry about adding a sentiment or anything on the inside. I want to keep that open for writing my notes and using the sentiment, a little note to brighten your day. And then I'm just going to come in with some liquid glue. Because this is a 3D embossing folder, I wouldn't recommend using a stronger adhesive, only because it's already broken down the fibers and you most likely will tear that. I mean, if you're careful, you can try, but I don't take that risk. I don't want to rip anything. And then I'm going to just come in and lay this down just to kind of see how I want things. And I might have to, I might trim up the stems a little bit, but I don't think I need to because they'll be hidden behind this scallop circle. And this scallop circle is actually from Unbounded Love die sets. And this is such a fun circle. Let's go ahead and actually stamp our sentiment. I almost forgot to do that. And we are going to stamp that in crushed curry. There we go. Sorry, our neighbor across the street is doing some hammering. And of course, during our live, I'm going to be shutting the windows up here shortly anyway, because it's going to be 94 here today. And we have an older home that does not have air conditioning, so I'm sorry for the pounding going on. That is really annoying. I probably should have shut, and then the dogs are going to bark, so we're going to have a very active live today. So we are going to lay that down. Luckily, we are almost done, so you don't have to listen to that pounding going on too long. Then I'm going to kind of lay that right there. I think I am going to go ahead and trim this leaf, the stem off of this leaf. Maybe tuck you in a little bit under, yeah, I'm going to tuck you in just a little bit under here. This is normally a very quiet neighborhood, but they're not being quiet today. And then I'm just going to trim you a little bit. And come in with this leaf. You can't hear it. Okay, thank goodness. Because it sounds very loud on my end. So I'm glad you all cannot hear it. Perfect. And I know this looks kind of crazy right now, but it's going to be hidden by our sentiment. So we are going to pop that up with our foam sheets, hashtag team foam sheets. If you know, you know. Excuse the arm. Okay. And then we are going to finish it off. If you notice, you were probably wondering where I got the perfect matching of the berry burst. I have our 2024, 2025, or 2024, 2026 in color resin dots. And I took our dark alcohol marker blend and I just colored up one of the petunia pops. And so any color that's what I love about our products is it coordinates so well together and that you can kind of customize any way you want. And we are not going to pick up. Here we go. There. I cannot pick up, I can never pick up with a picky tool, a pokey tool. Okay, we're going to pick up with my nail. I think it's because this is wax and it's harder to pull off the embellishment. That solves the mystery of the berry burst dots. I know. You all thought that we had some fancy schmancy berry burst dots. That's what happens. Don't be afraid to color your embellishments, my friends. Whether it be pearls, rhinestones, actual colored embellishments and enhancing the background. I could probably even take that and color that into berry burst. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a pink undertone, but it works. So there we go. Quick and easy and subtle, and I absolutely love this. I love adding the color to the embossing folder. It gives it a completely different look with just like the dotty, almost like a stained glass look to it. So there is our projects today. I would love to see your projects if you create with this color combo. Again, we used copper clay, berry burst, and crushed curry. But that is, oh, I'm sorry, Karen, let's see, never inked up colored dots. Well, I hope that you give it a try and you actually like it, because I absolutely love matching the projects with the dots or with our embellishments. So it's a great color inspiration. I absolutely love it. Please be sure, if you do use this color combo, to tag us in it. Let us know how you create with it. But that is it for me today, my friends. Now be sure to join Jennie today at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on her Facebook page. That's Stampin', STAMPINN, with Jen with 2 N's. Again, she's at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And thank you again for joining me for another episode of Teach It Tuesday with Tammy and Jennie. And I will see you all here next week for another fun project. And you can also join me this Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on my YouTube channel at Cards by TLC, where we dive into some new product. We get to our holiday mini catalog. Our September to December holiday mini catalog does go live tomorrow. So excited to be able to open up the catalog, share with you all of the fun and goodness. We have some scrapbooking products that are coming into play. So thank you all again for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.